everybody, it's Cathryn. I hope everyone's having a great day. My project today is a relatively easy one to put together. I'm using the Sophisticated Sled stamp set and die set. And for the little label, I'm using the iconic Imagery dies for this little label here. For the sled, I didn't stamp it. If you want to stamp it, you use this whole outline. But I just used this and this inner piece to do the sled, and it's very easy to put together. And you can cut out the skates each by themselves, but I didn't do that. I just stamped them, and then the die for that is right there. And also, I forgot, from the iconic Imagery set, I used these two sprigs for on top of the skates. Okay, the box measures 4 by 3 by 3/4, and it holds a KitKat inside, full-size KitKat. You could slip a gift card in there too if you would like to. That will fit in there. This is my host code. Please put that in for purchases under $150, not including your shipping and tax. And please subscribe and hit the like button. That helps me out, especially if you can't purchase from me. That really helps my channel. All right, so we need a piece of real red that is 8 by 6 1/4, some basic white. I cut this piece from real red, and these two are together, and it's from Pecan Pie, or Pecan Pie as some people say, cardstock. This little red bow, I don't think we have red right now because I don't have any in my drawer. I'm using a retired one, which is the faux linen ribbon, real red. And as I said, we need this little tag from the iconic Imagery dies out of basic white. And I'm using the iconic Celebrations DSP, two pieces that are 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, two pieces that are 1/2 by 3 3/4, and two pieces that are 1/2 by 2 3/4. And then these are the two sprigs I did out of Mossy Meadow cardstock. Let me get my Simply Scored. And we're going to start on the 8-inch side. Score at 3/4, 3 3/4, 4 1/2, and 7 1/2. Turn it to the 6 1/4 side and score at 3/4, 4 3/4, and 5 1/2. Alright, I'm just going to fold and burnish my cardstock. Okay, so now the 1/2 inch rectangle is over here, and there is 3/4 inch strips on the bottom, this side, and 2 at the top. And this is what we're going to be doing. Okay, so we're going to start over here. We're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge both sides of the square. Go to the next 2 score lines and cut them to the first score line and wedge that square. Go to the last score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge up into that 1/2 inch rectangle. Okay, so now turn it so your 1/2 inch rectangle is over here. And we're going to go to the second score line, cut it to the second score line, and then take all 4 of these off, and then wedge a piece of that 1/2 inch rectangle off. Go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, take off the bottom square, and wedge the square that's left there. Okay, go to the last score line, cut it to the second score line, take off the bottom square, and wedge both sides of the one that's left. Then you want to round the corners of this top flap here. Okay, and that's what your cardstock should look like when you're done. All right, I'm just going to put some tear and tape on the 1/2 inch rectangle next to the score line. And take the backing off. All right. Okay, flip it over and then put it together. Okay, this is our back here. So I'm going to put glue on the bottom and close it. Okay, now we need our DSP. And this is going to go on the front and the back, long sides and short sides. Okay, and we're just going to let that dry up. And I'm going to use my silicone mat and get these 2 pieces that we cut out for the sled. Well, actually 3, but they're 2 dies. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to put some glue on this first crossbar here. And that's where I'm going to put this piece of the sled, which if I remember, is to steer it. Moves just a tiny bit. Okay, and then this piece is going to go just a little bit below. The bottom of it's going to go a little below this bottom bar. So I'm just going to put some glue on all of these. Okay, let's let that dry. And we're going to do our stamping. So we need our piece of basic white, and I'm doing the skates and Let It Snow for the sentiment. So let's do the skates first in Tuxedo Black. And then in Real Red, I'm going to do the sentiment, Let It Snow. Great. Okay. Now I'm going to cut this out with the die, and I'll be right back. Okay, and the only thing I'm going to be coloring are the blades, and I'm using light Smoky Slate. On these, I mistakenly used light basic black, but I like it better, a little bit lighter, because they're grayish. Okay, and then I'm just going to do the buttons on this side, you know, the little, I'm not sure what they call them, little things that the laces go around. Just do a little dot on each side, each one. Okay, and that's it for both of them, all the coloring and stamping. Okay, so now we need our box, and I forgot to cut out my little hole. So now I'm going to get my sled, which is pretty dry now. And I'm going to not put glue. I'm going to use dimensionals. I think I did. Yes. There. There. One there. And I'm going to use a strip for the top part there. Okay, maybe one more here. I'm a fanatic about dimensionals. All right, and then this just about fits right on the DSP with a tiny sliver on the top and the bottom. I'm going to try to get this in the middle. Okay, now I'm going to glue down my skates. Now notice here I forgot to poke out these pieces, but it's okay. The skates are pretty much going to cover them. Well, that one came out. All right, it's okay. There we go. At least the bottom ones are out, and then the top ones the skate should cover. Okay, and I'm just going to put some glue on this top part here and some dimensionals on the skates. And then I'm going to have this go right like that. Okay, then I'm going to put some glue down right on that bow, and I'm going to take this bow and put it right over it. Hold it a second. Okay, I forgot to tell you that I cut the top of the bow off so that it didn't show up above this bow. And then I'm going to get my 2 pieces of Mossy Meadow sprigs, and I'm going to put one over here. I'm going to keep that one long. Okay, then I'm just going to cut the stem off of this one. A little bit of glue on there and have it go the other way, but higher up this time, and going the other way. Okay. Now I need the sentiment, and I want to put it about right here. So I'm going to put a dimensional over here, and then a little bit of liquid glue on this side. And I'm just going to stick it just over enough. Just like that. Alright, and for the final touch, I'm going to use the cherry cobbler and pearl berries, and I'm going to use a cherry cobbler berry. I'm going to put it right on top of those 2 Mossy Meadow sprigs. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. All my info is below, including the link to join my Facebook group, which is really a great place to get info from me. I tell you about sales and if I might be not having a video the next day or so. All right, please subscribe and hit the like button, and I will see you next time. Bye.